Introducing Intelvia. Intelvia is used to create road geometry, including the hatch fills, which I find very practical because doing this manually is quite tedious. Creating all these fillets is quite tedious, especially the hatches for fills. If I'm going to create, for example, a fill when an element is very slender, in most cases it throws an error and creates a lot of conflict with the geometry I have in the drawing. So, with Intelvia, the entire creation of pavement in plan view will be done automatically after defining all the road properties. Next, I will show how the plugin works. First, I'm going to install it. To install the plugin, you need this RAR file. I will proceed to extract it. Okay, inside the folder you will find two files, the installer and the access key, which will be used later. Plugin install. We copy the access key and proceed to open AutoCAD. Okay, if we type the command Intelvia, Intelvia will now appear as a command within AutoCAD. We press enter and here it asks me for the activation key. We paste it here, click accept, and that's it. It says access granted. Okay, we now have the command in AutoCAD. Let's do the demonstration with a practical example. Okay, so we are going to use the command. We type Intelvia, and this window will open. Here we are going to define all the road parameters. It shows edge elements. If we want curbs with a sidewalk, this will have a green strip and then the sidewalk. If we simply want shoulders or if we want drainage gutters. Okay, I'm just going to select curbs. I'm going to set a width of 5.5 meters. Curbs 0.15 meters. Here we set the radius. If we enter 0, obviously we'll get a sharp right angle there, which we don't want. In urban areas, in this case, we prefer a rounded fillet with a radius of about 1.5 meters. So we'll input 1.5. If we enter -1, a default fillet will be created to smooth right angles. And this fillet will depend on the angle between the two lines being joined. Draw concrete slabs. It says if we pick this option, we must manually adjust special slabs at the intersections. The algorithm is not yet perfectly programmed to handle intersections, so we have to do it manually. And here we can define the color of the created element, of the fill that is created. In this case, we are going to leave it gray. And the same here for the rest of the elements. I can choose the color of the element to be created. So, that would be all. We click accept, and it prompts us to select the polylines where the structure will be created. I'm going to select my center lines. The polylines that represent the center lines of the roads. Then I press enter. We wait a few seconds, and that's it. Our pavement has been created. The fills are created, and the fillets are created as we define them. Another example, I type the command again. In this case, I'm going to set it with a sidewalk. I'm going to set it to 5 meters because it seems to me that in the example everything is quite narrow. And here our pavement with a sidewalk has been created. Looks great and is really practical. Now, this is AutoCAD geometry. I could change the hatching pattern. Let's set concrete here. The important thing is that we have the geometry and the hatching. If we want to apply another pattern, we just select the AutoCAD element and change its properties. Okay, let's proceed with another example. I'm going to place a center line here for this row. And I'm going to draw this more or less over here. Over here. I'm going to turn off the map so it looks better. Okay, so we proceed to run the Intelvia command. I'm going to set it to shoulders, with a width of 6.5 meters and shoulders of 1 meter. I click accept and select the polylines. Geometry created. Great. CTRL plus Z. Again, I am going to run the command, and this time I am going to try it with gutters to see how it looks. Set the side ditches to this color. I'm going to set a radius of 1.20 meters and click OK. Notice how the pavement structure created with Intelvia looks. So that is basically it. Creating roadway geometry in AutoCAD and Civil 3D. The plugin is highly recommended, especially when working on roadway, urban, and similar projects. I hope you find it very useful and see you in the next video.